Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Nurse Akosia, and today I want us to talk about a general thing. Today I'm not going to talk about nursing, but I'm just going to talk about moving to the United States generally, like a Ghanaian moving to the United States. Just some tips that will actually help you. And I know it's been a while. The COVID cases are just going up and it's been crazy, seriously. So yeah, just be safe out there. If you have access to the vaccine, especially if you are in the United States, please take the vaccine. Take the vaccine and continue to wear your masks because the number of cases that we're getting is it's seriously high. Most hospitals are full and we're not getting any beds for patients. So please, 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 and again, get the vaccine if you have access to it and continue to mask up. Stay safe out there. So today I want us to talk about moving to the United States, okay? What you have to know, what you have to prepare, what is going out there, the truth, the lies, what I know. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about everything, but I just want to give a little bit of information to help someone who is determined to move to the United States to make their own decisions, like informed decisions, because you never get a lot of people to talk about moving to the United States, what you are going to meet, like how things are going to be for you. So just a little bit of information for you to make your decisions. So there's something that I actually saw on social media that actually made me want to make this video to let people know that it's not all that it's not true. So I read somewhere on social media people talking about the fact that when you move out of the country to maybe abroad, let's take for example, especially the United States, when you move here, your education becomes nothing and you have to start life all over again. I want to tell you that that information that people put on social media, it is not true. It depends. Actually, it is entirely not true. But then it depends on your situation when you're moving to the United States. What I would advise is before you move to the United States, let's say you want to move to the United States so bad, I would encourage you that you have to move here with the right documents. That will actually make life a little bit easier for you. Even though sometimes some people come here with immigrant visas, it's not easy to start over here because it's more like you just move from your country, like the life that you're living, the comfortable life, and then you're moving to someone's country and then starting life all over again. Yes, in a way, you're starting all over again, but then depending on your education, you're not actually going to start life all over again, as in going to school and all that. What I've noticed is before you are moving to the United States, check your education. If you are educated, what I always advise people to do, especially back when I was in Ghana and especially in health sciences, if you are going to maybe a nursing school, make sure that the school is accredited. If it is not, that is where you will have to start school all over again in the United States. Because when you present your education, they do verification, they do background checks, and they don't really care how long it's going to take. But then what you have to have at the back of your mind is the fact that they're going to do background checks. They're going to contact your school or your workplace or anything. So if you are educated, especially if you're applying for a job, that is I don't think it's got to do with the kind of specialty that you're involved in. Because when I came here, the first job that I had was in an HR company. It's got nothing to do with nursing. However, they still contacted my school just to verify that I got the certificate that I hold is actually true. So make sure your school is accredited and make sure your school is one responsive school. You know, sometimes some school can take a lot of time. And if they're not that responsive, try to find your links before you move to the United States. Like, find people who are going to help you. Try to link up with people so they can help you, because if you are here and you don't have any connections back in Ghana or wherever you're coming from, it's going to be a very, very difficult thing for you. Even if you do have people who are doing things for you, it's not as you want it. So sometimes it becomes a little bit slow, and you have to be patient with people because they also have their lives. They're not living for you. Yes. So make sure that your education, wherever you had your education, the school is accredited. That is the main thing that will actually help you to move forward in the United States. And then also, when you move here and you're unable, sometimes people are lucky, just like myself. When I came, a lot of people talk about the fact that you're going to work at Burger King, McDonald's. It's not everybody that that happens to. If you're lucky, you're going to get a very good job, and you might work that job like for your entire stay in the United States if it's actually lines with whatever your studies were. When I came, I was working for an HR company, and if I wasn't a nurse, I may have stayed there for quite some time. Yes, because it was a really good job. It wasn't the it was actually a corporate. I was enjoying it. It was nice working there. But then I had my nursing license that I had to take care of. I had to go back to what I loved doing. So I had to work on it. And when it was time, I just left and then switched to healthcare. Yes. So I'm going to talk about the things that affect your stay or your life in the United States. And the reason why people may be going about telling you that you have to start life all over again. So number one, it depends on the documents that you bring to the United States. If you come with an immigrant visa, it's easy for you to start life because all your documents are like legal, and you are legally you can legally work in the United States. So any job you can just apply for it. If you do not have the correct document, as in the documents that allow you to work, I would not encourage you to move to the country and then struggle. Because even moving here with an immigrant visa, it's not easy starting your life. So I don't know how people do it though, but I would encourage you to make sure that you have the right documents when moving to the United States. If you are a nurse, if you can get an immigrant visa, the the best option is to go through an agency. Make sure you meet the requirements, and then they're going to work it out for you. And I think they also give you an immigrant visa, and it covers your entire family when you're moving here. And so, yes, depending on the job, and if you get a job, sometimes you get a work visa. That's also a plus for you. So, yeah, make sure the documents that you have is legal for you to work in the United States, and that makes it quite easier for you to start your life in the United States. Another thing that affects your stay in the United States is where you go to. When you move to the United States, the place that you go to, the person that you live with for the first time, has a very, very big impact on your entire stay in the United States. There are some people, I don't know why people do that, but there are some people that when they moved to the United States, it was quite hard for them in the beginning. So it took a long time for them to be comfortable in the United States. So what happens is some people, if you come and then you stay with them, like when you move in the first time and then you stay with them, they want you to go through the same hardships that they went through. I don't know if they want to teach you a lesson or it's just out of mere, I don't know, envy or something, but some people just do that. So it depends on the people that you stay with when you arrive in the United States. And also sometimes these people, it's not intentional. They actually do not have the correct information. So whatever information that they have, they don't do extra research and then they give it to you. Sometimes they push you to do what they want you to do, even though they're not even sure about the information. And then it can go ahead and mess up your life. Sometimes, especially with nursing, some people might tell you that you may have to start your life all over again, do your research, because mostly nursing, when you come here, it's either, if you don't have your bachelor's, it's highly likely that you're going to get your associate's degree to start working as an RN, and then you can get your bachelor's later. So, first thing depends on the people that you live with when you move to the United States. Another thing is also the people that you talk to. I believe in doing my own research. I don't really talk to people much because I have trust issues. Yeah, I would say it. But then I talked to a few people, not too much. I just asked questions. I did my own research about, how to transfer my license, and then just to verify that I'm on the right track, I just asked I think it was one or two people. And those people were people that my sister actually encouraged me to talk to, because she knows they're going to be of help. But apart from that, I did everything on my own. Like the research, everything, I had to do it on my own. Go to Google, type in your question. How do we do this? How do we do that? And then do your research. Find the information. It's out there. You don't have to rely on people for information. Sometimes people give you the wrong information, and it delays a whole lot of things. It messes up your life, and you stay outside of your own country. You're in somebody's country, you're trying to survive, and you already started your life. Like maybe you moved here and you were somewhere in your, maybe you're maybe 35 or 40. Yeah, and you're gonna start life all over again, and then somebody gives you the wrong information, and you end up wasting like 3 or 4 years of your life. And yeah, do your own research. Okay, another thing is, after you find the information, set your goals, focus. There is a reason why you wanted to move um, to the United States. As in Ghana, I actually say this all the time in my language. Abroche move by plan. Yes, you can just move here, and then after you move here, you start planning. It delays a little bit. Before you move here, plan. Before. When you get here, focus. It's difficult to focus, especially when you move here and then trying to find your first job, and you get, like, let's say you get a job at McDonald's. However, you do have a Bachelor of Science in something really good, like maybe engineering or something. And let's say you're working at McDonald's and you feel like the money that you're making, you're able to survive. Think about the fact that when you go back to engineering, first, it's something you love. Secondly, there's money in that. So if they require you to take an exam, why not take it? You went to do your whole bachelor's for 4 years, and a little course that it's like 6 months or something is difficult for you to take. Focus. Yes, a lot of nurses come here, they transfer their license, and then when it's time for them to take the NCLEX, most of the time, I don't think people fail because they don't know. They fail because they lack focus. They fail because they underestimate the educational system here. They fail because they underestimate the testing over here. So please focus. If you don't focus, set your goals and focus. That will help you push through. There may be some things that may come your way, but then you have to try as much as possible to move through that, and then things are gonna work out for you. Just imagine you test and then you pass, and then you go back to your engineering and you get a company, like you get to work with Boeing, or imagine that, rather than staying in your comfort zone because you work at McDonald's and you're making minimum wage and you're okay. Try to focus. And also make sure that once you're here, the computer and the internet that you have here. Search. Job search. It's not easy getting your first job. It's not even easy getting a second job. It's not easy getting a job. But search. Search, search, search. You're gonna get a lot of junk emails. But what? You're searching for a job. As time goes on, they're gonna go away after you get a job, and then they keep sending you emails and you keep deleting them or you move them to the junk, you'll be fine. Search, look for jobs. Look for jobs. It doesn't necessarily have to be in your field. Look for jobs. And you have to do it on a daily basis. And trust me, getting a good job here is not easy because the steps that you're going to go through, it's a lot. You have to go through, when you're applying for the job, sometimes you have about 6 or 7 pages to fill out. They'll be asking so many questions. Then after you go through a recruiter. But if you land yourself an interviews means like you're like almost 90% in. When you get an interview, don't mess it up. When the recruiter grooms you, when they send you links to read, go ahead and read. Be very, very serious about it. And what happens is Americans like to dress casual. Be your Ghanaian self. Be whoever you are. Dress professional when you go for job interviews. So try to adapt to things in this country. You moved to another country. There's this saying, when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. Learn how things work here, and then try to psych yourself that you are here and you have to go ahead and do things their way. And it's not going to make things difficult for you. When you try to psych yourself, nothing is going to be difficult for you. And trust me, working here is not the same as working, especially back in my country, Ghana, where you can take breaks whenever you want. Here, they're paying you for the job, so do what you're paid for. Psych yourself. Know that this is not Ghana, and you will be fine. You will be fine. The last thing I want to talk about is when all fails, be willing to move. Be willing to move to any place. Be willing to move to a place where it's going to be easier for you to get a job, for you to be comfortable. Be willing to move. Do your research also, because there are some states that starting your life all over in those states is quite difficult because the standard of living in those states are expensive. Such states like California, New York, like, those up there on the West Coast. And please do your research before moving here. So this is a little information that I have for you. I know there are a lot of lies going on social media that when you move to the United States, everybody's certificate doesn't work and you have to start and go to school and you have to work at McDonald's. I moved here to the United States. I didn't work at McDonald's. I started with an HR company in a corporate company, and it wasn't a whack job. I'll tell you. It was very good, and if it wasn't for the fact that I'm actually a nurse and I had to go back into my nursing, I would have stayed with that company for quite a long time. So this is all I have for you today. I just needed to make sure that people get this information if you're willing to move to the United States. So it helps you prepare and plan so you don't make petty mistakes, some mistakes that are avoidable. To all my subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly hit the subscribe button below. And thank you and have a great day. Bye.